welcome again. Now we would like to know something more about your actions in communication space and change management. You indicated, as we mentioned also in the previous modules, that square meters per person are one of your key indicators. As a consequence of COVID-19 and with regard to density, are you planning a change in density with, of course, the corresponding modifications in spatial norms and layout trends? And if yes, how are you communicating these changes to your employees?
Hi, Chiara, and I think you must had enough for me by now. But here I am again, and I'll go straight to your question. So my answer will be on post social distancing, because of course what we call return to the office is more regulated by legal requirements related to social distancing. So when it comes to post social distancing, KPIs are a very interesting topic, as I think we will need to shift and to change the way we measure our spaces. So we used to measure our spaces in square meter per person, which we might do again, but I think it will have to have different nuances. As I said, spaces, the working environment will the purpose of the working environment will change dramatically. So we will see a shift in the balance of workspaces and collaboration area. So, for example, if previous to COVID, we have 60% or even 70% of the space dedicated to conventional way of working, so to workspace, and 40 or 30 to collaboration area, it is likely to be the other way around the post social distancing, which means that we will have to think about how we measure our KPIs. It is still correct to look into square meter per person. Is it still correct to look into square meter or number of desks per person? The second one I would doubt. The first one, perhaps it will be still in place, but the density it is likely to be different. Now, what it is, I don't know yet, but I'm hoping to know it actually in the very
Near future.
near future. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. As you said already many times in the previous modules, you expect that working from home will become more common. So, given that it will be difficult and you're still in the process of determining space and staff allocation between different work scenes, are you taking into consideration, besides the corporate office and the home office, also other offices at alternative locations, such as co-working spaces?
We definitely do. So, what we are trying to understand is whether people feel the need to work elsewhere. So, not necessarily at home or in the Vodafone hub, but somewhere else. So, we are looking in alternative workspaces such as co-working for two reasons. The first one being giving people the option to work closer from home if they can't work from home. And the second one is more related to a buffer option. So, as we will have less working space, it might be that in a very crowded day, when there are, for example, several events going on, we have a lot of pressure on the desks and the workspace itself, and therefore we have to give people the opportunity to still work at a desk, and that the response might be co-working space close to the Vodafone hub.
That's really interesting. I think that this will have probably several impacts, not only at the individual level and family level of each employees, but also at the neighborhood level. For instance, transportation will be impacted, and of course, the sustainability consequences in terms of environment will be very important to track. Do you think that it will be reasonable to communicate to your employees the good and eventually bad impacts that their behavior can have at a social, environmental, and even economic scale?
Yeah, in terms of communication, I think it's very important, that we keep engage our workforce and understand what they think and do build up our future together. On this respect, of course, it's also important to work with them on their impact, as you're saying, on the community of their neighborhoods and on the Vodafone community when they get into the office. And to do so, we have to give all the possible information and data so that they can build up their own view on the impact and become more conscious about how their behavior can foster the planet, sustainability, engagement, sense of community, sense of belonging, and so on forth.
That's interesting. I think that working on ways to elaborate data in aggregation, of course, will be one of the challenges to let the people, not only the direct employees, but also the citizens at large, to let them understand the impact of their behaviors. So this can really start from companies like yours. Thank you, Mirna, for your insights.
Thank you very much.